The No Fate channel, checking in on this episode of Dad's Snack Session. I have one of the most talked about protein bars in the past year, the Built Bar. 100% real chocolate, 0% guilt. The last time I was at Flex Appeal in Burlington, I actually picked up 3 of their flavors. Supposedly they are known for having delicious flavors, and they have so many flavors. I'm gonna put them up here, their list as of today. They're constantly rotating flavors in and out. I was able to snag 3 of these because I wanted to give them a go to see if the hype was real. If this is your first time to the channel, please hit that red subscribe button. On this Dad's Snack Session, I go over what should be relatively healthy snacks for all of you who are busy, students, professionals, parents that are on the go looking to get in some healthy food and kind of avoid that drive-through that we know is unhealthy. Now, obviously with these type of protein bars, it shouldn't be an everyday type of food. It should be break glass in case of emergency. You have a case of them on hand, and if you're running out the door, you grab one, or even just throw one in your backpack. So the Built Bar is a protein bar, but supposedly they do some crazy, amazing flavors, and I've heard good things, but I wanted to see if the hype was real. So we're gonna go over the ingredients, the cost, the taste, and my final thoughts on this protein bar, and we're gonna do all 3 flavors. So right off the bat, we have coconut. I am a fan of coconut. As far as macros, all of these are relatively the same. I'm going to read one of the ingredients panel. We're going to assume the rest are extremely close. One bar is 49 grams, 130 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 18 grams of carbohydrates. Only 4 of those grams of carbohydrates are from sugars. There are 8 grams of sugar alcohol, and then 6 grams of fiber. And I do like to see high fiber because it tends to digest slowly and it brings that insulin response, just slows it down. And obviously, as we know, you want to kind of have a nice even flow of digestion. You want to slow everything down. The slower, the better. When you try to get those fast foods in, when you get those sugars in and you spike that insulin, that's the signal that your body gets to kind of store those extra calories as fat. And protein coming in at 17 grams. Where is that protein coming from? We're on the ingredients panel. Protein blend. But the first one is whey protein isolate, which we like to see. It tends to be a higher form, a higher quality of protein. Partialized, hydrolyzed whey protein isolate. And then you have water, dark chocolate, sugar, chocolate liquor, cocoa butter, milk fat, soy lecithin, digestion resistance, maltodextrin, glycerin, sugar alcohol, natural flavor, and citric acid. Contains milk and soy. So let's pop this open because I am starving right now. All right, so that is a good-looking protein bar. Again, 49 grams. You can see this is meant as a snack. It's not meant as a meal replacement. That's why I have 3 here. Let's bust this thing open. Okay, so you get some nice chewiness here. Look at that. Oh, that's some nice, that looks nice. Let's see how it tastes. Oh yeah. The hype is real. That is extremely chewy, but in a good way. Obviously, when you have a snack, you want something that's going to take a while to consume. And even though it's a 49 gram bar, that is a chewy bite. I'm thinking like those Almond Joys that have it's like chocolate on the outside, coconut on the inside. Those things are exactly like this. Super, super solid. Man, that coconut is delicious. That coconut flavor was really good. Let's go over to banana bread. This one's 30 calories more, but it has 1 more gram of protein, 1 more gram of fat, and 2 more grams of carbohydrates. Okay, so as you can see, they do all look fairly similar, at least on the outside, and the calories are right around the same. Really good. I mean, it is definitely chewy, even chewier than your typical protein bars, but I actually like that because these are meant as snacks. And when I get that small protein bar and I put it down in 2 bites, you don't feel full. The longer you can eat something, the more time it's going to give your body to signal your brain that you're not actually hungry. This is a good 4, big bites or 5 even smaller bites, and that chewiness is going to make you feel fuller because it's going to take you longer to get this down. But it's not dry. It's not like a dry chewiness that you got to kind of sip your water every time. I've already gone through one whole one of these combined, haven't touched the water once. Really good quality of the bar in terms of like taste and feel. The banana bread, again, it's like a chocolate coating on the outside with banana bread on the inside. Solid flavor, definitely above, well above your average protein bar as far as taste. Let's go into coconut almond. Okay, I've been through a bar and a half and I've only taken one sip of water. Coconut almond, you get a lot of coconut, very similar to the coconut that I tried on the first one, and a hint of almond. There's actually no almond pieces in here. It does list almond as an ingredient, but I don't know if they just kind of liquefy those almonds to kind of give you that flavoring. The almond flavor on this one was slight, but it was there. Overall, the hype with regards to the flavor, absolutely real. Delicious flavors. I mean, these are really borderline candy bars versus protein bars with respect to how good they taste. As far as cost, I think I paid close to $2 for individuals over at Flex Appeal in Burlington. They got a number of locations in Massachusetts. And that's what you should be paying for an individual bar, because remember, when you go in and you want to get individual bars, you're looking for Mr. Right now. You're not looking for Mr. Right. You don't want a marriage. You want a quick hit it and quit it type of commitment. And you want to try to go in, find the individual ones just to kind of laser lock on the ones that you want to buy a whole case of. As far as my rating, I would go with the coconut number 1, the banana bread number 2, and the coconut almond number 3, only because the almond flavor wasn't anything more than expected. It was almost a little bit under in terms of the actual almond kick. And now it's time for Fate of the Union, where I give you my final thoughts on these built protein bars. And the truth is, the hype is real. These are the real deal. They taste absolutely delicious. Frankly, they taste as good as a candy bar. For the price point, the individual price point for one is where it should be, because you're paying for the convenience of not having to commit to an entire box. You can bring that price point down if you go to Flex Appeal and buy a whole box, or if you go online, they have sales and you can buy boxes. I did try these 3 flavors. My favorite was coconut. And frankly, I got to get my hands on some of the other flavors that they have, because they are constantly bringing in new flavors and swapping them out. And based on these 3, I certainly owe it to you and myself to try some of the other flavors out there. As far as having these as a healthy snack, yeah, this is something that you could have on the go, kind of break glass in case of emergency. Clearly, these aren't high in protein. It's 18 grams of protein, but you're gonna get 20 grams of carbs and about 3 to 5 grams of fat. So it is kind of like that break glass in case of emergency, a stopgap measure from keeping you from driving through that McDonald's and ordering a supersized number 5. So certainly nice to have on hand and certainly something I would recommend. But as far as diet, as far as eating healthy, we know you gotta go towards whole food and stay away from the processed stuff. But when you're in a pinch, when you've got a busy lifestyle, when you are on the go, these are gonna get the job done, and they definitely get my seal of approval. If you came this far in the video, let me know in the comments below which protein bar you are a fan of. If you've tried the built protein bars, let me know your favorite flavor in the comments below, because I need to know which ones I need to try out next. If you came this far, do me a huge favor, give this video a like, hit that red subscribe button. As usual, thank you for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back. This channel is dedicated to my life as a father of 2 wonderful children, and it centers around health, fitness, and all of the tricks and tribulations that I go through to try to be a great parent to my children and still accomplish my own personal goals.